almost certainly leaving. At what point during the season do you think you made that decision?
I mean, probably from the get-go. I was going to leave last year, broke my ankle, didn't get a chance to play in the Final Four. Also, that was my whole motive coming back. Got a chance to play in it. I'm healthy. My whole thing coming back, if I stayed healthy, I was out regardless. I stayed healthy, stayed, on course what we was doing. There's no reason to come back. If you're healthy and you can go, you should go.
Were you surprised 6 other guys are going with you?
No. They all put them in a position for themselves to go. So it makes it, if you're in a position and you've done the things that you need to do, you have the opportunity to go, you should go.
You came in here with Alex. Obviously, he's not healthy right now. What do you think he'll end up doing?
It could go both ways. You can think about it like how I thought about it, which is if I come back, I'm doing something that's never been done. Like I'm trying to make my name. Like I don't know, and I feel like I did that. So like I'm coming back for a purpose, not just to come back. I'm coming back to be better than what people thought I was going to be. And if that's the reason why he comes back, that's got to be motive. Like I was taking this year as like it was my rookie year, and that's what I was telling my mom and all the people when I was coming back. It's like, okay, well if I come back, well I'm gonna make it like my rookie year. I'm working like it's my rookie year. So, if that was him and I come back, that's how I would do it. This is my rookie year. Like I'm supposed to be gone. I'm gonna use this last year of college for my rookie year, and be on the grind and on the grind and on the grind and get yourself somewhere mentally and physically.
When you're 50 years old and you look back at your time in Kentucky, what's going to stick out?
Definitely the fans. And then, your team that you're on. Other than that, nothing. Being at Rupp, traveling, you're not going to forget about those things.
Is there a game or anything that you have a particular memory?
They all kind of just meshed together.
The consensus for weeks has been that at least 6, maybe 7 guys would go. Did anybody surprise you?
Nah. I wasn't surprised by anybody that was up there.
Offer any advice to any of them?
I don't have any. I'm in the same boat as them. I don't really have any. I'm excited. It's a chance to start your life, so.
Nervous at all about starting a whole new life?
Of course. There's going to be a lot of speed bumps in the way. And it is how, those are the things that's going to make you, who you are. It's going to build your character. So I'm excited to, take a leap of faith. And then if I fall, that's the pickup is what's going to make your name. So you got to fall sometime. Whatever you do to pick yourself back up, that's going to be your name, and I hope mine's big. So,
you said that you're looking forward to starting your life. Your life hasn't started yet. Your career hasn't started.
Well, I'm saying life.
Yeah.
I'm saying life because
so what is this?
That's you. Like you get to control everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like now I don't. Like when you're in school, you control, your schoolwork. That's what you have control over. But basketball-wise, like, you're told where to go, you're told when to be there, you're told, everything. When you take that next step, it's on you. So if you don't go to the place, we're going to tell you to go here, but if you don't go, like, we're going to fine you. Or, we're cutting you because you don't know how to be on time to your job. Well, here it's like, okay, we're going to run you. Okay? Like, you're a kid. Like, now you're a grown man. You're grown. Like, if you didn't go to work, what's going to happen?
If you'd been thrown into that
exactly.
if you'd been thrown into that a year ago, 2 years ago, into that grown-up world, would it have chewed you up and spit you out?
It would chew anybody up and spit them out. Being young like that and going, you got to be here. Like, this place prepares you for that. Like the young guys that thrive in the NBA, there's a reason why. There's a method. There's a remedy that Cal does. That's why they're ready to go when they get there, because they're mentally Like the way everything is ran here is exactly how a pro, team is set. Like that's why it's so successful here, because everybody that leaves here is at least it's all got it written out for them. It's all like been engraved in your head. The way the NBA plays, the way they play here is exactly the way they play in the NBA. So the way workouts are set up here is exactly how they're set up there. So everything is set up for that moment. It just depends when you're mentally ready to go. Because when you get up there, they're going to get your body right. They're going to get your everything else right. But it's really a mental standpoint. Like if your mental's wrong up there, you're not going to last. And that's the biggest thing that works here is they will get you mentally strong by coming here.
Did badminton and tennis and baseball and basketball and football, Willie Cauley-Stein 4 years ago, ever think there would be a top 10 pick, Willie Cauley-Stein?
Anytime you... And when I was playing those, I was saying I was going pro in those. Like
badminton?
Sure. That's what you got to approach it. Like I approached all the sports I played. When it was baseball season when I was a kid, I want to play in the MLB. When I was playing football, I want to be in the NFL. Basketball happens to be the last thing I'm playing. I'm trying to be in the league. I get a chance to take a step forward and have a chance to do something that I've, been dreaming about since I was 7 years old, playing against Tim Duncan, and I'm Tim Duncan. Like I'm playing by myself, but I'm pretending that Tim Duncan's guarding me or something. And it's like I remember a day that I was in my driveway playing it to a 50 Cent song. Like that's when I was like, you grow up dreaming that, and you get a chance to do it. It's a wonderful feeling. It's it's like a weight off your shoulders, just because like dang, like I worked so hard to get to this point. I never thought that it actually would come true like the way it did, but I couldn't ask for any better like start to a story than what I've gone through.
Andrew and Aaron both said that they view Alex like a brother, and looking over at him be a spectator today was hard for them. I know nobody views him like that more than you do. How hard will it be to leave him behind, knowing that maybe without an injury he'd be doing this with you?
I remember my freshman year. We was talking with me, him, and Archie. And Archie, I'm out, I'm gone. I look at Alex, I'm like, if you leave, I'm leaving. Like, if you taking this step, I'll take the step, because I'm not coming back on a whole nother team like we just did. And he's like, nah, we talked about it. He called me when I was at home. I said, bro, so you staying? I said, yeah, I'm staying. Like, he's like, all right, I'm staying too. So this year we was coming back. And like sophomore year comes around and we both got the chance to go for real. I break my ankle and we having the same conversation, and then it's like, I can't leave hurt. So I understand where he's at. Like, I wish he would go. Honestly, I really want him to go, because we're all going. Like, it's gonna be so hard to be like a senior, let alone a senior, and then you have to be on a whole nother team with probably 3 guys that you've played with. That's hard. That's super hard to endure. You're gonna have to go through everything all over again. Like, everything Cal built up for us, it's gonna start all over, because he's got to teach a whole nother group of kids. This year, you didn't have to teach a whole group of kids, so it was easier on us. And, like, that's the biggest thing about Alex is, like, dang, like, I want to see him go through, the rough spot again, the rough times. Like, I want him to go out on, like, how we went out. But at the end of the day, like, they can still do that. But it's just, that's your guy, that's your brother. And to see him, like, have to split up like that if he doesn't end up going, it's just tough on you.
As the season went along, did you find yourself paying more attention to the NBA and what teams might have a need and that sort of thing?
Nah, I didn't. Honestly, I never looked at a mock draft. I never looked at anything that anybody was writing. It was like, my brother would text me and be like, hey, man, are you reading the stuff that I'm reading on you? I'm like, nah, man, I don't read that mess. It's like, man, they're talking you up. They won't talk me up for that long. Just wait till something bad happens. They're not going to be talking like that anymore. Nothing bad happened, so they was talking me up. But, I never really looked at it. I got people telling me all the time, like, oh, man, you're here and here. I'm like, man, that stuff don't matter. Like, there'll be a guy, like, I remember in past ones where they have a mock draft, and there'll be a guy from Europe that come in and slide in front of everybody, and you're like, well, where'd that guy come from? So, I feel like that's the way the draft works. Is if you go in there and you have a good workout, you have a good mind, and the interview process goes well, then you can slide way up, like from a place that you think is like, dang, like this is far, to somewhere where you're making a lot more money. So I mean, it just depends on how you are as a person.
What do you expect the most difficult question to be from a GM or a scout when you start going through, workouts and combine? What do you expect to get maybe as the most difficult question?
I mean, anything. I mean, they can dig on anything. I mean, it could be someone you was 5 years old and you don't even know, but they found something, and you got to try to answer that. You're gonna be thrown off guard for one. So I could see how they'd be like, they look at you like, dang, he was acting kind of funny about something over there, but like you could have no idea what they're talking about, and you could just get sprung up on something. So I think that's like the biggest thing, is you got to be prepared for anything. You got to be ready to answer any question.
You did say that 2 points, 5 rebounds, 33 minutes just going to eat away at you. What if somebody brings that up? Hey, how do you get past it? I know you said it's going to kill you inside. That's how you go out. How do you move past that performance when you said I know I have so much more that I could have done and given?
I mean, you use it that it drives you. Like that right there is just gonna drive me to, like, I'm never, I don't want to feel that way again. I don't want to, ever feel like I have like I don't know.
Didn't give it all, or just something to
regret. Like, I regret not trying to take over the game. I regret, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to feel a regret like that ever.
The NBA is famous for, like, whatever they saw last, that makes the biggest impression on them. I don't think you had your best game against Wisconsin. How concerned are you that, that's the last impression?
I mean, I'm not concerned about that. They've already seen what they're going to see. And I don't know. I'm going in here so blind. I don't know. I really can't tell you what they're going to say. I don't know what, to prepare for. I just know that I have to get my mind and my body and my game right. And that's going to take, if you're hooping and you're doing the right things off the court, I mean, you're a good businessman, like, you're good. But if you have problems and you're doing the wrong things, you're not helping your community, you're not doing that, then, yeah, they're not going to touch you like that. But if you're doing all the right things and everything, you should have no problem.
Why this year, really? Because you obviously could have went last year. I have no sense of how much you improved your stock. Surely you did. But why this year as opposed to last year?
I mean, I'm going into it healthy. Last year if I would have went, I would have had a broken ankle. I was in literally, like, when you declared I just had surgery, like, so you can't go in on top of that type of stress of, I'm going in here, where am I going to land at? I can't work out with no teams, like, so I'm literally going, like, they're taking a chance on you on a future thing. They don't get to see where you're about to go. So, like, me coming back, they got to see where, like, I took my game in a year, and I took, the maturity of up so many more levels that, like, give me, what are you going to look like in 2 or 3 years? Like, your maturity level is going to be way higher, your game's going to be way higher, like, and that's the things that's personally what I looked at. So, I mean, I don't know what they're looking at.
Willie, you talked about pretending like you were Tim Duncan when you were a kid. Do you think about you might play against Tim Duncan next year? I mean, is that crazy?
I was thinking about it a long time ago, like watching these NBA games now, and like watching LeBron and like all them dudes, and like being at their camps when I was younger. It's like, dang, like you get to step in the ring with them. Like you get to kind of, like, it's kind of weird. Like you looked up to all them dudes, and now you get to like be on the same level as them, and it's kind of, it's really crazy to think about.
You gonna stare Tim Duncan down?
Nah.
Willie, Chris Webber was kind of hard on you. Did you see what he said, and is that motivating, or what was your reaction?
I honestly didn't even know what Chris Webber said. I just seen it a bunch on Twitter, like, oh, forget what Chris Webber says. I'm like, what did he say? And I'm like, you know what? I don't even care. Honestly, I don't care what he said. Like, that has nothing to do with me. It's not going to affect me at all. I bet I've heard worse than what he had to say.
What's at the top of your shopping list, the contract itself?
I don't even know. Something, an investment for sure. Nothing like that I'm losing money on. trying to have some money, make some money. So Nothing crazy, that's for sure. Maybe something for my family.
I thought you'd remember your media friends.
Jerry? Jerry, what do you like?
I'm just saying. I hope you do well.
Thank you.
That's what I'd like to say.
Thank you.